it's time for some updates about James Comey. Comey, the disgraced former FBI director who was rightfully fired in 2017, appears to be on a nationwide propaganda tour this week to discredit any concerns over this Instagram post he made that showed what looks to be seashells arranged in the shape of 8647. Many people interpreted this post as a coded threat against President Trump, with the number 86 being slang for eliminate or kill, and the number 47 referring to the 47th president. The post, shared last week, prompted swift backlash, including from Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and FBI Director Kash Patel, who said it's a clear call to violence, and the Secret Service is still investigating the post, especially given the history of not one but two prior assassination attempts against Trump in 2024. Comey, however, doesn't expect the Trump administration to take any more action against him over it. Moreover, he's tried to downplay the post multiple times in recent days, as he tours the country to promote his new book, which was released on Tuesday. And that brings us to his appearance on The Late Show on Tuesday evening, where he offered a very strange explanation about it to Stephen Colbert.
You grammed this. You were walking down the beach. What happened? You were walking down the beach, and you saw this on the beach?
Yeah, my wife and I, Patrice, were walking on the beach and saw those numbers in shells on the beach. And
you didn't do this. Somebody else did this.
Yeah, somebody else did it. We were on a walk preparing for this week, the rollout of my book.
Yep.
She looked at it and said, why'd someone put their address in the sand?
All right.
And then we stood at it, trying to figure out what it was. And she'd long been a server in restaurants. And she said, you know what I think it is?
Yeah.
I think it's a reference to restaurants when you would 86 something in a restaurant.
Right, it's off the menu.
Yeah. I said, no, I remember when I was a kid, you'd say 86 to get out of a place. This place stinks, let's 86 it.
Right. I was a bartender. You would 86 a customer if they were getting drunk. Like, let's 86 them. Let's, like, give them a low-proof alcohol, something like that. Yeah.
And so I said, I think it's a clever political message. And she said, you should take a picture of it. I said, sure. And then she said, you should Instagram that. And boom.
Pardon me? Come again? Is anyone really buying that act? At first, it sounds like a sweet little story about a man who accidentally sent some mixed messaging online, but then everything changes when one realizes that this is the former director of the FBI, one of the top law enforcement agencies in the entire country. By the way, he also tried to pin the whole scandal on his wife, which speaks volumes about his character. Then, on top of it all, he's gone to bat against Trump before, many different times, and he played an instrumental role in the attempt to thwart Trump's first term by facilitating Operation Crossfire Hurricane, the Russia hoax, and he's never been held accountable for his role in that all these years later. In any case, Comey also referenced his meeting with FBI officials after that post was uploaded and then deleted in that same interview with Colbert. And it's unclear if federal authorities will take more action against him, but he's been working hard to downplay that post all week long. Another case in point, on Monday, he spoke about it with MSNBC anchor Nicole Wallace. And here's what he said, by the way, when asked about whether or not he regrets uploading that photo.
I regret the distraction and the controversy around it. But again, it's hard to have regret about something that even in hindsight looks to me to be totally innocent for the reasons you said. But yeah, I didn't have a gut check. In the Trump era, I've been investigated a lot, audited a lot. And so it's not my first rodeo. I'm in some strange way the relationship he can't get over, maybe because I've lived a happy, productive life since leaving. But this has just been a distraction in that life.
Who else thinks those words might come back to haunt him? In the meantime, Comey is still facing scrutiny from law enforcement, all while he maintains that his Instagram post was totally innocent.